Hi, this is a continuation of the brief stargazing guides that I have been sharing, and this one is for February. Although the night sky objects outside the solar system appear to be fixed relative to each other, their orientation can be different depending on the time and place from which you are watching the sky. For that reason, I give approximate position and time of sky viewing that will give you views similar to the ones displayed in the illustrations. The illustrations in this video portray the sky as it will look if you are viewing from the northern hemisphere around 50 degrees north and between 9 and 10 p.m. in February. I have generated the illustrations from Stellarium Web, which you can access through this address. You can use this video as a guide even in light polluted city sky as long as you can find a relatively dark spot. If you watched my January video, you will note that the new object in this video is the star Regulus and its home constellation Leo appearing in the eastern sky. In the southern sky, the winter show is going on with its high concentration of bright stars: Sirius, Procyon, Betelgeuse, Rigel, Aldebaran, Capella, and Pollux. As for constellations, Orion and Auriga can be easily traced. We will also find Gemini and Canis Major. Other interesting objects are the Pleiades star cluster and the Great Orion Nebula. I will skip the western sky because there is not much to talk about in that side at our reference time and place. We will also visit the northern sky and find the Big Dipper, Little Dipper, and the constellation Cassiopeia. Now let us begin with the eastern sky. Facing east, raise your eyes up and try to identify 4 stars that are relatively brighter than the rest and positioned like this. The brightest star in this region is this one, which is called Regulus. If you have got them right, the 4 stars we have found are in the constellation Leo. We can trace out the constellation Leo beginning from Regulus like this. To complete the shape of constellation Leo, we add a tail-like shape by connecting our primary shape with some hard-to-see stars on the top, like this. Now, let us turn to the southern sky. To identify the objects in this region, I will draw a simple shape connecting the bright stars beginning with the brightest of them all, Sirius. Let us begin. Facing south and looking up in the sky, try to find the bright whitish star that is below the rest of bright stars in that region. That star is Sirius, the brightest star in the night sky. From here, let us draw a line in the up leftward direction until we hit the next bright star like this. This star is Procyon. It is in the constellation Canis Minor. Draw another line in the right upward direction until you hit the next bright star like this. The star we have just hit is Rigel. Now from Procyon and Rigel, draw lines towards the bright reddish star located in the middle like this. This is the red giant Betelgeuse. Now I am going to draw 3 lines upward to connect to the next bright stars, one from Procyon, another from Betelgeuse, and another from Rigel. The line from Procyon takes us to Pollux in the constellation Gemini. From Betelgeuse, the line takes us to Capella in the constellation Auriga. And finally, The line from Rigel takes us to Aldebaran in the constellation Taurus. I like to complete the patterns like this to form a distorted kind of cuboid shape. All the stars we have used to draw this shape belong to the 20 brightest stars in the night sky. Orion's belt is found between Betelgeuse and Rigel, and Pleiades is found out of the line connecting Aldebaran and Capella here. Below the Orion's belt is the Great Orion's Nebula. Now, let me trace out the constellations Orion, Auriga, Gemini, and Canis Major. From Betelgeuse, we have Orion looking like this. From Capella, Auriga looks like this. From Pollux, Gemini, the twins, like this. And from Sirius, Canis Major, looking like this. Finally, let us identify objects in the northern sky. This time, the Big Dipper is up in the northeastern sky. Facing this direction, it is easy to see the stars forming the Big Dipper. We can trace its shape like this. From here, we can locate Polaris by extending the line at the top of Big Dipper in the leftward direction like this. Polaris marks one end of the Little Dipper. The other end of Little Dipper is marked by another bright star down here. The rest of the stars in the Little Dipper may be difficult to see if we are watching from a light-polluted location, but tracing it gives us this shape. Now, from Polaris to Cassiopeia, we need to draw a line in the leftward direction like this until we hit another bright star. If you got it right, the star we have just hit is the middle star in the constellation Cassiopeia, which has a W shape like this. So the Big Dipper is now to the right from Polaris and Cassiopeia to the left. Again, this orientation is from the reference place and time I mentioned earlier. And that brings us to the end of our February brief tour of the night sky. It is my hope that you have enjoyed it. If you have comments, please leave them in the comments section. Thank you for watching.